Good morning. Is this a great day for the faithful and Christians all across the country to come together and celebrate our freedoms and celebrate our families, or what? You know, I am really proud to be the chair of the Republican National Committee. It was such an honor when President Trump called and he said, you know, we are at an inflection point in our country, and I'm really worried about what's going to happen if we don't win. And I need you to step up, and I need you to take over the committee and make sure that we're going to be there and we're going to win. And it was a real honor to be the chair of the North Carolina Republican Party for 5 years and make sure that we carried that state for him in 16 and 20. But I got to tell you, that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I am a Christian. I am a conservative. I am a husband, and I am a father. And I am scared for our country, and I am scared for my family, and I am scared for your families. We are at an inflection point in this country, and we have a choice. We're at a crossroads that are going to set the course of this country for decades to come. When we think about what it means for the community of faith in America, what it means to have Democrat policies that are absolutely focused on driving the faithful out of the public square. We need more men and women of faith in the public square. And I'm really honored to be here with my friend Ralph Reed and the Faith and Freedom Coalition, because nobody over the course of several decades has done more at this intersection of faith and politics to advance the cause through politics and make sure that we are getting the right results because we are electing the right people. When we look at this election cycle, it's not just about Republicans versus Democrats. It's about right versus wrong, and it's about our families. What are we fighting for? What are we fighting for in this critical election cycle? We're fighting for our families. I believe, we all believe, the family is the foundation of our country and our success. In America, we lean on our family in times of desperation, not the government. Right now, the American family is under attack by the radical left. Why? Because they know that if they can replace families with government, they'll have total control. We need to let parents make the best decisions for their kids. We need transparency in our public schools. Frankly, we need to make sure that we have men and women of faith who are running our local schools. And we need a president who is going to fight every single day for every single American family. We need to be fighting for religious liberty. Our forefathers understood that our rights come from God, not the government. And once again, the radical left is trying to replace liberty with tyranny. Think about COVID, where Democratic governors all across the country were shutting down churches but allowing liquor stores and bars to stay open. Think about a president who replaced Easter with a trans visibility day. Think about a party that has dedicated generations telling churches, if you engage in political activity, you'll lose your religious exemption. It is absolutely critical for us to have leaders who will protect religious liberty and fight back against the left's attempts to trample people of faith. We need to fight for the Jewish people in Israel. When we talk about religious liberty, we've got to talk about all religious liberty. We've got to talk about our Jewish brothers and our sisters. And anti-Zionism is not all about getting rid of the state of Israel. It's anti-Judaism. It is about getting rid of the Jewish people. And we're not going to stand for it either in Israel or here in the United States of America. President Biden's weak leadership has caused the chaos that we are seeing in the Middle East. The fact that 4 years ago Iran was in check. The fact that they are now openly firing missiles on Israel for the first time ever. The fact that we now have protests here in America with a pro-Hamas, anti-Semitic mobs that are doing what they can to drive Jewish students out of our American campuses. And Joe Biden is at the forefront of this because he refuses to take a stand. He refuses to stand up for Israel and for the Jewish people. When far-left mobs who support Hamas, a terrorist organization, and chant pro-Hamas and anti-Jewish slogans in American cities and on American campuses, it's completely unacceptable. We need a president that we know will stand by our friends in Israel and protect the Jewish people all around the world. And we must fight for life. Above anything else, we must stand for life in all of its forms. Just like we stand with God's people in Israel, we must stand with the unborn. Every baby is uniquely created in God's proud image. This election cycle, more than any other election cycle that we have ever seen, the life issue is at a crossroads. We have a president right now and a Democratic Party right now that support abortion on demand through 9 months. No restrictions. They support partial birth abortion. They oppose the Born Alive bill. In fact, many Democrat governors have vetoed a Born Alive bill. Or on the other hand, we have Donald Trump, the most pro-life president in the history of the United States of America. It is absolutely critical as we look at this particular election cycle to remember who it was that put pro-life and conservative judges on the district courts, on the circuit courts, and nominated 3 conservative justices to the United States Supreme Court that after 50 years of fighting, we were able to overturn Roe v. Wade. That president was Donald J. Trump. What are we fighting for in this election cycle? What does it come down to? This election cycle is about strength versus weakness. It's about success versus failure. But in this room, it's about right versus wrong. It's about our families. It's about religious liberties at home and abroad. And it's about a culture of life and promise. That's what we're fighting for today. Every day, we are fighting for this. Our nation is at a crossroads. We're staring into the abyss. 4 more years of Joe Biden and Democratic control, we are not going to recognize this country, and we are going to be in a place where religious liberties and our families are going to be under attack all day, every day. It is not enough for us to yell at the TV. It is not enough for us to care. We need to fight. We need to fight for our families. We need to fight for life. And we need a champion who is going to fight for our values. Donald J. Trump is our champion, and he is going to fight for our values every single day. In 2016, Donald Trump said, I'm going to appoint conservative judges. He did. He said he was going to keep America safe and strong, and he did. He said he was going to lift up every family all across this country, and he did. And he said that he was going to be the most pro-life president in the history of the country, and he was. We all know this election cycle is going to come down to 7, 8, 10 battleground states. You know the map: Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. And now lately we've put Minnesota and Virginia and even New Jersey on the map. How are we going to win all of these close states? How are we going to win all these purple states? We're going to win these purple states because of you. Over 50% of evangelicals are not even registered to vote. You need to go have that conversation with them. The most important statistic in all of politics. You have a 5-minute conversation with an undecided voter, they're 6% more likely to go vote and vote for your candidate. This election is on you. Go have a 5-minute conversation with a friend, with a family member, with a colleague, with a coworker. Tell them what's at stake. Tell them that this is about our families and our freedom and our future. Have that conversation with them. Get them to register to vote. Get them out to register to vote. There's no such thing as a red wave anymore. America's a 50-50 nation. We know the states. We know the stakes. We know the champions that are going to be able to get this done. We can't do it alone. I'm very, very proud of my friendship and relationship with Faith and Freedom and with Ralph Reed and with all of you. But I'm telling you what, it's not time to be friends. It's time to go to work. We got to roll up our sleeves. We got to get out there, and we have to make sure that we deliver this country for our families, for our values, and for our president, Donald J. Trump. Thank you very much.